Oh boy. Oh yeah, I guess I'm live. Happy Friday. As I have in the caption, can't go nowhere, might as well color. I ain't here for an audience. I'm just here to get to do something while I vent a little bit about today. Um, and someone else is live right now, and I was watching her live, and I wanted to continue watching her live, but I have ants in my pants, and I can't, and I need to do something because this day has been something else. So it well, yeah, I'll tell you about it in a little bit. But so I wanted to talk a little bit about the 100 days of sketching, and I was able to print out. I did print out, kind of like with um Bubble Studios help. I did figure out a way. Like I just did it with my phone. I went on Instagram on my phone to Cash RT, whatever. And I um did a what did I do? No, I actually did a scan with Adobe Scan with on my phone. I scanned the screen on my computer that had the list on it. It captured the part that was the document, and then of course Adobe Scan saves the scan, and then I printed it, because I print via Bluetooth with my printer, and so that's how I got this. He doesn't have. I can't find where he has one downloaded or anything like that. I don't know. I can't find it, but that's how I did this. Um, and so I wanted to show. Well, I'm particularly excited about my fish pants page because I was excited about that prompt anyway. That immediately in my head, what I saw when I heard fish pants was this right here. These. That's what I saw. These pants. Um. So this was the fish pants, which is day 2. So I did some sketches just sitting down from the prompt 1, 2, and 3. I did, like within the 6 minutes, and then I kind of had put it away. And then this morning, today, because I did these yesterday, and then today I came in and I looked at a reference of a fish, looked at a picture on Google, and so I drew that by looking at it and like just kind of not trying to, I don't know, just because I don't know how to draw fish, and I realized that I don't know how to draw fish, so I went looking for fish pictures, and I drew this one, which is kind of neat because it's at a different angle. I just did a search on Google for fish images, and did that one. Um, then what happened? Then I did this one from another image that was on there of fish. And I don't know, it didn't say what kind of fish it was, but it looks, I don't know if it's kind of a blowfish or something, but it was a spiky kind of fish. Um, and then, what did I do next? I think I did this next, which came out of nowhere. Initially, these were just cuffs on a pair of pants. And then I said, you know what? The cuffs kind of look like fish. So I made them more literal fish. And then I put in water there. Fish pants. Cave suspenders. Um, yeah, this was my lame attempt at drawing a fishing pole without looking at anything, but hey, whatever. Pair of pants. And I put the belt buckle there because, like, it's like, well, you can't really tell what that is hanging from the hook. So I added the buckle and tried to add the other end to the belt. Then I did this. This is the last one I did today. I don't know why, but I did, and I just did that out of my head. After doing these 3, I kind of went in and just did that, and kind of, whatever. Looks like fish lady. Um, so that's one thing I did. I can show you my cacti, because that was day 1. Oh, there it is, right there. I used pen for this one, and I did this. Was the day before yesterday? I don't know. I need to start dating these because, I mean, initially, like, it's going to be like every day, but I'm kind of like, it doesn't start until the 20th. So, Bubble started early, and I'm kind of starting early too. Um, Trying to get a feel for it, but these are my cacti. Um, I think this one I did without looking at anything. Um, I think I did looking at anything too, but I kind of, I just was kind of winging it. Um, this one I did by looking at a picture. Again, I googled cacti, and that's what I got. Um, this is not like the picture, but I was trying to get the way the the arms of the cactus come out. Um, and then this is another one that I kind of did from reference from a picture, but I was kind of tired of drawing cactus, so with the rocks around it. Oh, I did date it. It says 8/8/24. That was yesterday, so it was yesterday. So I did all of these yesterday. Must be. I don't know where I found the time because wait, was because today's the 9th. Oh, I don't know where I found the time, but um, yeah. So and I feel like, especially like when I did this one, that I'll do the page, but I have a feeling how it felt for me after I drew these three that were supposed to be for the challenge. I feel like I'll come back to the pages, all of the pages I do for this, whenever I feel like it, when I feel an inspiration for sketching or drawing that particular thing. That's how I feel it's going to work for me. So I will stick to the 6 minutes for the most part. It's not written in stone, but this is a plan because like work is going to start for me pretty soon. So I really, do have to watch, be more conscious of my time with everything. Um, so I think I'll stick with the 6 minutes, but then with each page, whenever I feel like it, I will go back and sketch more of that thing. Okay, that's what I feel like I'm going to do. Um, so, and I am very much like a kind of like really sketcher kind of person rather than draw. And I'm not sure exactly how to deal with this in this challenge because in some ways, like with these, now I have to go back for a drawing. I have to go back and pay more attention to detail and all of that kind of stuff and really, do it better. And yeah, so I don't know how you feel about that balance between drawing and sketching in my sketchbook. I don't know. So I'll get back to you on that. But um yeah, so that's that. So I should probably put that away, but I'm gonna put it underneath here. Um so I was looking at a couple other things. I am gonna color during this live because I really need it. I was looking at the pages in this book. There's some things I need to finish up in here that I started. Um, I want to put in a background on this one, which I may do during this live because it's kind of like a um, relaxing to do. I'm going to put in a background on this to finish this one up entirely. This one still needs work. I don't know how I feel about working on it. I don't feel like it's officially a mandala, so I don't know. I'll see what I feel like doing with that if I feel inspired to do anything with this one. Um, yeah, this just to me is not a mandala, so I also might work on this one. I don't know, just because it doesn't matter what I do in it. And this one is the official one that I need to finish up because I kind of want to do a new one for the upcoming Monday. But yeah, I want to kind of finish this up. And I might do that in this live. Look at the opposite side of this page, though. That's really pretty. It's like the bleed through of the markers, and because all of these pages in this book have an opposite side, and I love this opposite side. I may have to print this opposite side actually before I color the other one because I like this page. Um, so yeah, that's how that turned out, which is really pretty, I think. Um, so that's another thing that I want to do. Um, Then some other things. What else was I looking at? I looked at some pages in Enchanted Forest, and I don't feel really inspired to work on my whip in here. Um, there's one particular one. Oops, where'd it go? This one, which I really love it, but I don't feel. I don't know. For one thing, with these, I'm gonna have to pull out my other pencils, and I really don't feel like working with them right now. I think I used the Starjoy Golds in here with the Brute Fooners. They're in a case together, and I really don't feel like using those right now. And yeah, so I'm probably not going to work on this one. But yeah, this is one I know. I need to finish up. I have a few things like I want to do more with the shading that I used with the Prismacolor warm gray. I want to do more with the flowers, which I did these with acrylic. And so I might just do these with another color in the acrylics, just to kind of balance it out. I might do these with the acrylics as well, which is probably something I could do on live, actually. I could do that now. See how I feel about it. But yeah, and I probably, you know what, I should use acrylic pen or gel pen or something on these as well. So I have a plan for finishing it, but I just haven't been inspired, to pull out all that stuff to do it, because of what I have on my desk now. But I have also thought about just starting another page in here, just for fun, and also maybe to try out my new pencils and see how they work. So I may do that. Kind of trying to decide what to do. Or I also thought about doing finishing this page, which although it seems more like fall, I don't know. And I don't know where I want to go because I like what I did on here so far. And I don't have a plan for how I want to continue. Oh, there goes my computer fan. Sometimes that means trouble. I probably should just close out a bunch of stuff right now. That'll stop it from doing that. Let's just exit. Just quit OneDrive. Quit that. And quit this, and then it'll stop. Oh, I wish I could figure out a solution to this thing. Okay, well, closed out of those. Okay, so yeah, so I'm not sure what other colors I want to use in here, what materials I want to use in here. I'm thinking I probably do want to use some acrylic paint in here of some kind, whether it's pens or actually paint, but I don't really know. So I don't want anything that I need a lot of thought in. These two pages also require that I use the Brute Fooner and Starjoy Gold pencils, which I'm not in the mood to pull out right now. So I don't really want to work on that right now either. But I do love these two pages, and I want to continue with what I started with them with. Um, so yeah, so I think probably the thing that makes most sense now is for me to do this background. And then I can tell you about this day. So let's see, what do I want to use? I'm thinking of using the Marabou art crayons on this. So let me get those. Oh, they're right here. I was hoping, or kind of thinking today that what I would wind up doing is working on my, shifting out my coloring books to the ones that I'm going to be using. But I didn't wake up until 11 a.m. Yes, you heard it. 11 a.m. That's when I woke up. Initially, I kind of woke up at like 8:30 this morning. Like my eyes open while I was in bed. And I was like, okay, God, what do you want me to do today? And then I don't even remember what happened next because I think I fell right back to sleep. So I guess God's answer was go to sleep. That's what I want you to do. So that was kind of funny. Um, yeah, so I didn't wake up until 11 a.m. And I think it's because yesterday, with all those doctor's appointments and everything and all that driving, I was riding, but driving, I was worn out. So I just took it. Oh, I have used this color before. Um, so I'm deciding on what color to use in this background. I don't want to use gray. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. There's that like pinkish kind of color. So, one thing that probably helped me to sleep so hard today. Did I use this? I don't think I've used this that much. Was that it was raining since last night, and raining, and raining, and raining, and when I did wake up, I'm just doing stuff around the house. I wasn't even looking out the window or nothing. And I could tell my husband had been in and out of the house. He's been working on this one window that he's like, building the frame and stuff for and all that. And so, I knew he was doing that in and out of the house. And I hadn't heard him come in for a while. I was like, well, where is he? What the heck? I haven't even seen him yet today. While I look out the back, the sliding glass door and all that stuff in the sunroom, I'm like, oh my God, look at all that water. And the water was up so far that it was up to the first step of our back stairs out the sunroom, which means also like it's all at the front of the flower bed that's on either side of the steps, which I didn't really care that much because I didn't do any gardening this year. So anything that's there like came back from last year and the year before, and some of it is something that I actually need to just pull up and take out because it's taken over anyway. But the whole patio and the patio furniture, like the water is up to the top of the table of the patio furniture, and just like kind of I was like, okay. But we've had that happen before, maybe kind of not that high, but still it's happened before, like kind of a flash flooding incident, and then it was gone, right? It went away like in an hour or so. So then I go and look at the garage. I was like, well, I can still see the driveway. So, it's kind of creeping, but I can still see the driveway. So I was thinking, and then I can't even tell if my judgment at that moment was right. But then when I looked again, like maybe a half hour later, it was up on the garage door, maybe about a foot, and the water all around, like the water is creeping up towards closer towards the back of the house than I've ever seen it. Like we have a well that's near the house, and it's kind of on a hill. That part of the house is kind of like on a little, I don't know how you describe it. It's a big mound, so water usually doesn't get above that. But and it usually, if it doesn't really get that near it either, though. It usually doesn't. The flooding doesn't get that bad. But this time it was like creeping up. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's going on? And I mean, like, it did not stop raining. I don't think it stopped raining from last night, and it was still raining then when I was looking out the window. And then I looked because I'm like, well, where's Mark? Because I got, I wonder, like, has he been looking at this or whatever? My husband's in the garage. I look at the door to get out the garage, and it's up like 2 feet to that or something. And I'm like, okay, if he's in the garage, he can't get out, and he better not come out because if he opens the door, all that water's gonna go in. So I texted him. Thank God for technology. I texted him, and so we were texting back and forth about it. And he goes, well, and I discovered from texting with him that the water is in the garage. There is water in the garage. I don't know how it got there, but it's in there. And there's about a foot of water in the garage. And he's in there in the garage, but the garage does have an upstairs. It has a loft. So, and that's where his man cave is. So, like, worst case scenario, I told him, I says, well, I guess you're spending the night in the garage. So just checking. You got snacks in there? He's like, well, I got pretzels. I got a lot of booze. I'm like, well, that's man cannot live on booze. Period. But we're joking about it, but we kind of were gonna have to, that might have been the case. So like, we're really watching the water, and then like he told me, he goes, yeah, it's all. I look and it's all um like there's a part on the opposite side of the garage where the land like slopes down, and that part usually is wet. Even like it's wet a lot because it really does sink down compared to the rest of the land where the buildings are. And just like it's like level to the land where the house is on with water. Water has leveled it so that like in all the trees, they're inundated with water. It's like probably a pond over there, a lake. I don't know. It's just like water, all water. I was like, uh-oh. I saw that the power company had gone by. And I was like, uh-oh, now they're looking. I'm like, so something must be going on at the part of the road I can't see, that's in front of our property. And then I noticed cars are like kind of going slow that come by once they get to that certain point. I'm like, something's going on there. And then I find out, yeah, the water's gone into the street across the road. And one dude thought he was going to be slick and, oh, yeah, I'm just flying through this. Well, he thought better of that after he went through it. And I saw the water just flying up and I could hear it. So, it's like really ponding there, like heavily. And so that's why everybody else was like coming up on it really slow and creeping. And so now we've had like the county out here at that part. We had fire rescue out here at this part. um and I think they blocked the road at that portion too. um I'm thinking about using this one, or I may use a combination of colors. I wonder if I should use blue and that. um yeah, it's been a whole event today, and my husband did come out the garage, and like he's he's like water, like he's got on like these construction worker shorts, and he looks like such a freaking I mean, he has on work boots, construction worker shorts, and like denim shirt and a t-shirt, and the water, like his boots are like just soaked. He finally, I guess, braved it and decided he was going to come out, like, which I wasn't sure, if that was wise or not, but I just, like, be careful, but I guess next thing I saw, he was out. So like he just had made the decision he was leaving the garage, and water up to like his probably up to his crotch. So like it was just soaked. Um, and he hasn't come in and changed his clothes yet, so I don't know what the heck he's doing. But I'm like, whatever. I think he's having a good time. He likes catastrophes because he can, and people coming around, he can talk to them and blah 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 and whatever. He's the talker in the family. I'm not. Um, I wonder if I should go light, dark, or dark light. I don't know. Blue inside or blue outside. We're just gonna do this, and whatever happens, happens. And I need my smudgers. Yeah, so it's been a whole thing today, and I'm gonna check probably at some point of this, uh, just to see if the water has subsided. But it did stop raining, like shortly after. Let me see, like about an hour, no, about maybe like half hour after I had finished looking outside to see what was going on. It had stopped raining, and the sun came out, and I was pretty sure we were going to see a rainbow, but I didn't see one. Um, Trying to find my smudger. Where did I put my smudgers? Um, but yeah, and that's when all the some of the emergency vehicles were coming by. It had stopped um, raining, which was good because we could not handle any more rain. It really would have been like, yeah, I don't know what would be happening now um, if it hadn't stopped raining. Hold on one second. I gotta find my smudgers. I think I have them in my little case here. To move all my books over. Child, I need to stop getting books, but I can't because I need them. But I'm looking forward to being able to put. Oh, child, don't fall over. Looking forward to being able to put my books on my bookshelf and take off some of the ones on there that I really don't need anymore and put those in boxes. Okay, now I thought my smudgers were in. This is a little. Yeah, I can't really show it. It won't fit underneath there, but I saw my smudgers not that long ago. But now that I want them, I don't remember where they are. I might use my finger, but I really feel like I need something that's going to help me get around all these little objects. So those smudgers are really going to be useful. Yeah, so we got and last I looked, um we cannot get out the garage. Our vehicles will not be able to get out the garage. So I can't go anywhere, so that's why I'm coloring. I did want to go to the store today. I thought I'd go today or tomorrow. Well, I guess it's going to be tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Because it's definitely not going to be today. One thing with that, my husband has a golf tournament tomorrow that he goes to every year. It's for someone, a friend of the family who died years ago. It's in honor of him, and it's always this weekend in August. And yeah, it's tomorrow. So I hope that he got all his golf stuff in the truck before it started flooding, for one. And two, I hope if he can't get out, if we still can't get out of our driveway, get our vehicles out of the driveway, in the garage, somebody else is going to have to take them, which I don't think is going to be a problem. But but now that I think of it, he's still going to have to somehow. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Actually, he may need to bring his golf stuff inside so that somebody can just drive up to the house and pick him up, because they're not nobody. Yeah, he's not going to want to be dressed for the golf tournament carrying his golf stuff out, and then he's going to be wet up to like his crotch again. That ain't going to work. What the heck, I saw those things not that long ago. I have them all in a plastic bag. I may have to use something else. I may have to MacGyver it because I can't find what I want. Unless I put them in the big case, which I just covered up. So let's try that one. Oh, here we are. Put them in the tin. I still don't have my order straightened out around here. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm gonna have to check with him on that and make sure he gets a system or something for how he's gonna do that. Somebody else is gonna have to take him. He was supposed to pick somebody else up, but they are gonna have to pick him up because he's not getting out of there unless it recedes substantially before tomorrow morning. I don't know which tool is going to work the best, so I'm kind of taking them all out. So I just keep all of my blender thingies and whatever in here. This little plastic bag, which I see one I need to put in there. So, good thing I always keep food in the house, so I made dinner. I made creamed cod for the first time. I made a cream sauce with milk and flour. What is that? And see, sometimes the finger is just better, but made a cream sauce with milk and flour, and I had the cod that was in the freezer, and I didn't thaw it out. I just took it out the bags and plopped it in the baking dish, seasoned it. And I seasoned it with pepper, Himalayan salt, and I grow Jamaican thyme, which is it's a broadleaf thyme. Tastes good and everything. So I cut some of that up, minced it, and had that on top. Poured the cream sauce over it, which was in the cream sauce it was actually milk. I warm up the milk, I whisk in flour. I had milk, butter, warmed that up, whisked in the flour, had it still cooking, whisk, 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 whisk. And added cream cheese to it because I have some cream cheese I need to get rid of. I'm not eating bagels like I used to, so I really needed to use it up. Whisked all that together, poured that over the cod, and then I sauteed some matzah crumbs and what do you call it? The what's it called? Panko breadcrumbs. I sauteed those in butter and browned them. Oops. I was trying to avoid this. I gotta pay attention a little better. And put the brown sauteed crumbs on top of. Oh no! I actually mixed the crumbs with what did they put in there? Paprika and marjoram. Is that how you say it? Marjoram. It's like oregano, kind of, with a little. It's like a cross between marjoram and thyme in the flavor. So I mix that in after I turn the heat off on the breadcrumbs. And then I sprinkle that over the cod and cream sauce. So the cod was completely covered with the cream sauce, and then I put the sprinkled the breadcrumbs on top. And I had that with I steamed some broccoli, and that's what we had for dinner. I put the cod in the oven, put it in the oven so the cod could cook, and also to get it kind of get all the cream sauce and stuff kind of solidified. And I had that with steamed broccoli. Okay, these things are rolling all over the place, but I don't know exactly which one I want to use. This is actually a makeup brush, and I like using this sometimes better than the tools that are supposed to be, I don't know, artsy. I don't know if it's because it's better silicone, or I don't know if it's because of the type of silicone. Okay, now that proved me like a reason to not use it right there, but probably because I need to clean it. I probably need some water here so I can do that. But I don't mind the addition of whatever color that is, because there's a lot of colors in this mandala, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that's what I made for dinner. It's like, can't go nowhere, but I can cook, I can color, so I can clean, but I was too tired for cleaning today. Yesterday wore me out. And I don't have another appointment until next Tuesday, or next Monday. It's Monday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday. Wait, yeah, Monday. Get my dates like all mixed up. So hopefully things will be under control by then, I hope. We're supposed to get wind tomorrow, which I think will help with the water receding as well. So it'll kind of disperse the water a bit. But depending on how much that water has really gotten into things on the opposite side of the property, there might be some trees coming down. If their roots have gotten loosened, it has flooded over on that way, and they're like soaked in water so much that this, you don't know. This might be the last stitch for them. They might not be able to take anymore. So we'll see. And if that happens, hopefully that doesn't fall in any way that hurts anybody, like that falls in the road. Mostly it's the road I think we'd have to worry about. I don't know that the house that's closest to us on this side is close enough to be hit by a tree. So hopefully not. I don't want that happening. But I was having some kind of crazy thoughts. As I thought about that and looked over to that side and thought about what was probably happening to that side, I thought, what if we were like forced to or like engineers for the county or something decided that side needed to be flattened out or something, or leveled out more, and they did that, and then I'm telling you, my brain was just going, then we can build a house on that side of the property while we live in this side, in this house, and then we move everything over to that house and then tear this house down. I don't know. Like I said, my brain just goes on wild tangents for no reason at all. It's not that I don't like this house, it's that it just needs so much work that in some ways I wonder, like, I don't know. It doesn't even, I don't know. It doesn't. Structurally, it's very sound, but there's other things about it that, like, I might just want to, hey, Foxy! Foxy's in the building! I can't say it like you say it. Foxy in the house, in the house, in the house. Foxy's in the house. How you doing? I missed your live today because I don't know what it. That might have been when I was running around the house trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I was so lost in my little sleeping in late world that, like, I had no clue what was happening. I was just like, oh, that rain is nice. It helps me sleep. Oh shit! It also almost made the house float away. Oh yeah, yeah, and I was gone. Yeah, I was on the road or getting poked and prodded, which was not fun. uh, yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad, but oh, run away. I don't. I'm wondering, like, if I should wash these. I don't know. They seem like they don't totally keep the color. Like, if after a while it kind of wears out, but I don't know. Then again, what's this on this side? I forgot about this side. Let me wipe that on a tissue. Yeah. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. Because I'm just gonna. That's all I'm doing. I'm just coloring. This is a mandala the from this book I got from Ollie's in the Ollie's coloring book haul. Flower mandalas by Creative Pages. And first page. And I think this is actually, like, I don't know. I think this might be. Is this stitched? It looks like this book is, like, stitched, which I haven't really seen that in a coloring book, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going kind of wild and crazy with these colors. I use this blue a lot, which, like, I don't even know how much is really in these things. You can't really tell. How far does it go up? I don't know. We might be reaching the end of this one. How are we going to do this? Let's get in there. Now I'm getting kind of curious as to what my husband's doing because it's awfully quiet. What kind of mischief is he getting in? Or make sure he didn't go underwater somewhere. You know what? Oh my gosh, I just thought of something. With all this rain we had, they might not have that golf tournament. I forgot about that. I forget how much everything affects everything else. Because, like, the course is, like, not that far from here. And shoot, that course might look like crap. His course might be underwater. Everybody might be getting a change of plans. I don't know. Or they'll all stay in there and get drunk or something. I don't know. But there's usually like a barbecue and a raffle and all this other stuff. So, wow, I don't know. Yeah, they might not be doing anything of what they thought. Just like God told me go back to sleep, He might be telling them, change of plans, suckers. I'm in a mood today. What you thought you was gonna do, you ain't gonna do. But what would be nice, actually, though, is it would be nice. I hate golf, which is like reason why he goes to that tournament, but I don't go. I cannot stand it. I can't stand golf. Cannot stand it. First of all, my first experience with golf was in the rain, and oh, cool! That'd be great if you want to come up. It was my first experience with golf was in the rain, and it was something I was forced to do for my job. Working because of the manager that worked for the bank that I was with. She wanted us to go as a bonding experience, and I was like, bond where? Bond where? I'll stay in the club, okay? I can bond in the club. I don't need to be on the course. No. I cannot stand the feel of the club on the ball. It's like scratching chalk on a chalkboard for me. I can't stand it. And I had to do that in the rain. And so, like, we're getting to where, like, we got to go to the bathroom. It's like, we're like, what, at the 6th hole, and I got to pee. Where am I supposed to go to the bathroom? And it's raining, which encourages you to want to pee even more. It's like, oh, well, there's the bushes. I'm like, the bushes? Okay, like, they ain't what I do. And she was, it was kind of like a prestigious kind of branch that I worked for. So, like, for me to hear her say, like, go in the bushes, I'm like, huh? Where'd I do that at? Maybe that's how you folks do it, but I don't do it like that. I go in the toilet. We graduated. My family graduated. It's like my grandmother. I had to go in the outhouse at my grandmother's house. It's like we have graduated now. I ain't going in no bushes. Things get you in the bushes. That was the weirdest thing. That was a horrible experience. So I have more reasons to not like golf. My introduction to it was crappy. But some of the people I was on there with were like, they were my buds. Like when I was in a band, they would come and see our band. Like I think the first gig we had that they were there, and then they came to the other ones after. One of them, they always liked the bar always liked when when we came, because she came and girl, she probably made the bar for them for that night. She was a drinker. That was not why we were there, but you can't stop people from doing what they do. And that's what she did. I'm like, Lord, do you have to do that? I almost said her name. I don't want to say her name. Bless her heart. And she may not drink anymore like that. I hope she doesn't, because that was like intense. But she was hilarious. So that's interesting. These colors. Oops, sorry, you can't see it. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. I thought I had my air conditioner on. I guess I don't. Let me turn it on. So let's see. I might need to do a stand back and look at this and see how it is. I might need to text my husband. How you doing? I should do that right now. What are you doing? Where are you? Phew, it got warm in here. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because it's probably warm, but and the humidity too. Humidity's probably up there. But it was kind of interesting that I didn't get like any kind of um, flash flood warning until after I see all the drama going on outside. It's like, yeah, well, you're a little bit too late. That's how it is around here. It's like you got to really be observant because things will have happened long before anything else tells you it's happening. The only case time when that wasn't the case was those tornado warnings a few weeks ago. That was one of those times when it's like, yeah, they told us on time. Tornadoes. And I heard that Buffalo actually had a tornado last week, a confirmed tornado. I saw on one thing that it said it was a water spout that came on land, which basically a water spout is a tornado. But probably came off of Lake Erie. I'm thinking it came off of Lake Erie, although maybe it came off of Ontario. And they're on like the west side, of course, of Ontario, and we're on the far east side of Ontario because we're on like the in the middle, kind of the middle to the eastern side of New York State, of upstate New York, and yeah, and I read that New York State. They said New York State has had uh, the highest number of tornadoes um, in history this year, in New York State history this year. Well, first of all, I didn't know we ever had any. Okay, so I'm like, what do you mean highest number? When did we ever have any? Because where was I? I was born and raised here. I ain't never heard of a tornado here. I guess I wasn't looking. I must have been busy doing other things. Straight line winds is what I'm more used to around here. It's not not tornadoes. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't like that tornado thing because that's why I live up here. That's why I don't live where either of my parents came from, is because I don't want any tornadoes. I don't want any hurricanes. I'll deal with the snowstorms. That's it. What's going on with this spot? It's like it's. Do I have. I wonder if I have acrylic paint there, and that's why that's doing that. So. It's been an interesting summer weather wise. Yeah, it is something. It's something. It's yeah. I don't know. I guess you got to be kind of used to it in a way, but like it's weird up here now because we don't. Whereas it used to be that we got snow, and then we would not see the ground again. See this? There must be acrylic paint there. That's rubbing away like that. We would get snow like in December, and then officially like in December, and then we would never see the ground again until March, the end of March. Okay, that's when we would start getting thaws. We might get a snowstorm in April, but then but we usually between March and April we had some thaws, so we would see the ground in between. But now It's really strange. We hardly got any snow last year. I saw the ground most of last winter. Um, it just was really strange. It was strange. And we constantly get thaws now. It never stays like where there's snow on the ground and it just stays there, which in a way it sounds nice. Um, but then it kind of makes it worse for when there is snow, because when there's snow on the ground like consistently for a few months, you get used to driving on it, and there's a way to drive on it where it's just like, yeah, okay, and you get where you're going, in the same amount of time or whatever, because you know how to negotiate, with driving on snow. But when it keeps thawing and like, all these unexpected things, and then that allows for all these other different types of terrain, like, for freeze overs to happen, so that where it's a combination of ice and snow, um, or where there's ice on the ground and you can't see it, like black ice, all kinds of things like that. Whereas with straight snow, you can get traction on snow. And if you have layers and layers of snow packed it on top of each other, you get good traction with that. There's like, that's not bad to drive on at all. Um, yeah, so but we don't really get that anymore. And so I think it's made driving worse in the wintertime. Um, I don't know, in my opinion. Whew, that's taking it away. I didn't want to scratch it off. What is this thing doing? What am I doing? It's me. It's got to be me. It's the person using the tool, not the tool. Ooh, chow. Look at the big old scrape away. That's good to know when I intend to do that, but I did not intend to do that. Oh, you know what? There's acrylic paint here too, because I had to clean up what happened on this tip with what I did with the green marker, I think it was I used on here. Yeah, I had an accident and sure, I'll touch that up afterwards, these spots. Yeah. Oh man, I don't. Yeah, see, I don't like that. When my mother grew up down south, and they used to have to deal with the black ice. It was like, no, 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 no. I once was driving up here, um, when I was at that same job that I had to do that stupid golf bonding, not bonding thing. Um, and I was on how many lanes were on that road? Um, I don't know, like five, six, something like that, with turn lanes and things to go into the plaza for the grocery store and all that. My car, the entire car moved, was in this lane, and it moved, the entire car moved over to the other lane, like, because I was on total ice. It just, the whole thing just moved, and I was at a light, and I was just praying that nobody was coming up in those other lanes towards me, and that if they were, that they were paying attention, that I have no control. My car moves forward, not sideways. That was so freaking scary. And all you can do is like, have the control with your steering wheel, so that at least, oh, it just was awful. It's like, basically do nothing, wait till it stops. You know, man, that was crazy. Nothing you can do on that. And there was one time, I actually, because like what we used to get sometimes, in my hometown, home city, we used to get black ice underneath snow. It'd be this weird thing where I think it was almost like there was snow, then there was ice, and the ice would then on top of that snow would turn into black ice, like somehow it'd be some combo, and then there would be snow on top that would be mixed with the sanding or whatever that they would do, that they would put down or whatever, and it became this weird. It was kind of pretty, this weird kind of, the snow would be kind of brown, and like crunchy but soft, but it would be on top of black ice because it would be so cold that, I don't know, there was no water content to the snow, and it would be right on top of black ice. And you could kind of see that it was there because of the difference between the black ice and the snow. I one time went driving all the way across town, like it's like a 30-minute drive without snow, and I went driving all the way across town on that kind of road, on the streets in the road, just for um chicken wings that I absolutely had to have. It was a Friday. I had the weekend off, and the only thing I wanted were that place's chicken wings with their sauce. And then they had like this whole plate, the chicken wings, and then they had the macaroni salad, and they had the bread, and the sauce that they put and dip the chicken wings in would like run into the macaroni salad and the bread they gave you and all that. I had to have that, and I drove on black ice just to get that. I like endangered my life for chicken wings. They were worth it too. I have to tell you, they were worth it. A place called Country Sweet. That stuff is so good. It's so good that my sister and brother in law actually, they always have us sending some down to them because they love it. Man, and just pure sugar and that stuff is like, ugh. Now I don't know that I don't think I would enjoy it now. Ooh, just like so sweet and oozy. Uh, but my husband makes he'll make what do you call it, meatloaf with it, and like I'm like, whenever I have it, when he makes it, I just like will have like a sliver of meatloaf because it's just way too sweet for me. I don't know, too much. Other people love it though. Hey Bubbles. Hey Can Solo. Oh no, don't worry about that. You were busy building. I wasn't gonna interrupt that. And I kind of had ants in my pants, so like I couldn't stay because like my day, I had to go check on some things. But I was glad to see. It was nice to see Miss Queenie in there, and what, Ladybugs, Miss Ladybugs. So I thought, oh yeah, she got company, so she's good. I shared this guy on my wall that I don't know. I don't know if you know him or not, but I find him really interesting. And he was playing a game today. He does a lot of like he does these little spiels, these little talks or whatever. But he was playing a game that kind of looks, like the game. What is it called? Magic or whatever. The games with the cards, the battling cards or whatever. Um, what's his name? Ciro something. He's so interesting, and I was thinking today, you know what? That dude like just begs to have a cartoon made of him. He really does. So I think I'm probably going to do that, but I probably shouldn't. Then I'm thinking, I probably shouldn't say it's of him because then like I'm going to get into like copyright things and all that, which like I don't want to go there. But let me see. What's this? Ciro's TV. I think that's his name. And his hair alone is like so interesting that I'm like, and I kept looking and saying, is that really his hair? Is that really his hair? And I think it really is his hair. So yeah, he's very interesting, and I don't know how to get the link. And the titles of his videos are always so interesting. Yeah, there's something about him. He's really cool. I gotta open him up in my regular browser. He's got a link tree, but maybe I should just post that. Because I use the yeah, let me post his link tree. Copy link address. Oh, I hate how these links post. Good lord. That's ridiculous. Whatever. I feel like I need to use tiny URL whenever I post anything in here. I don't know. That's another thing added. But like his hair, he's got like these different dyes in his hair and stuff. And I wonder, like, I'm like, where does he work? And like, do they let him wear his hair like that there? And I don't know. But I like his hair. I'm not. It's like I'm not judging. I think it's cool actually, and I feel like he just feels like he is himself. And I feel like a lot of times you don't often see African American men who are free to be themselves. African American, I suppose, like I don't know, he comes off as heterosexual or whatever, but not that that matters, but it matters to me in that you don't see men like that, who black men like that, who usually feel free to be themselves, and I find that so um I love it. I just love it. I don't know. So in his talks, it's like I don't know. It puts me in the mind of that kind of for okay. I don't know who that is, but I will check them out. Super Saiyan DBZ. Um, that kind of it gives me that kind of 1970s California free flowing, free spirit mindset. Of which actually I have a cousin who's like that, and he does live in California now. He used to ride his motorcycle back and forth from New York State to California by himself all the time when he was like in his from 20 in his 20s and on. And oh, okay, maybe that might be it. I think I know who you mean now. I just didn't know. I don't know the name of a lot of those anime characters, but if somebody describes them or whatever, then I know. Um, yeah, but I like just the way he talks and his voice is soothing, and I don't know. I really like that kid. I say kid because he's younger than me, but I find him interesting. And he really does beg to be a character, a comic book character. Even like, what kind of things would that character say? What kind of situations would that character encounter? I mean, he's got me thinking all that kinds of stuff. But like, I don't know. I would love to do that, like develop that comic book character, and then like say that he's the inspiration for it or whatever. But then then you got to give up money and all that kind of stuff. And I don't, I don't want to get into a thing like that. Oh, you're at work. Oh, you know what? I need to show my sketches again so you can see. Well, you saw them though because I sent them to you via Instagram. My fish pants. I was so excited about those fish pants. They were exactly what I saw the minute I heard that word. That's the picture that was in my head. Fish pants. Yay, fish pants. I'm so weird. I can't help it. This is who I am. Fish pants. That's just a good word for a prompt for like anything, for like a story, for a talk on YouTube, for I don't know. I could see Cyril's TV talking about fish pants. I hate to think of what the beef sector would talk about if you mentioned fish pants. That's a whole nother thing. But I know what they would do with it too. That's too funny. So, so we're getting this background in. I need to pause for a second because I heard my husband and I got to check in. Yeah, please no. Oh, today is flower pot. I will be right back. I got to check and see status on the situations. Okay, we're doing good. I can see the driveway. We can get out the garage. The water receded fast, really fast, which usually it does, but I've never seen that much water before. So that was kind of like, And My husband squeegeed out the garage. He said there really was only 3 inches of water in the garage, and that it came through, I don't know, something, I don't know that word. But he said when he opened the garage, the water that was in there came out, went whoosh, was like ready to go out. And he squeegeed out the garage, and then he's gonna have to go over again and to rinse off the floor in the garage to get rid of the silt and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's good. So I'll be able to get out tomorrow. Yay! Because I kind of want to go grocery shopping. I need a few things I want to pick up. So provided it doesn't rain anymore. But it's supposed to be windy tomorrow, which I think will help keep things at bay, I hope, as far as collecting water. So today is flower pot. I don't know if flower pot. Where did I put my oh, it's under here. Flower pot. I just love my fish pants. I do. Where's my sheet? I thought I put it in here. Didn't I put it in here? Maybe I didn't put it in here. Yeah, I'm kind of going slow since I know that the actual challenge doesn't start until the 20th. I'm kind of like chillaxing with it a little bit. Not really going whole hog, but wow. Where did I put the sheet? I guess I'm not supposed to find it now because I can't find it. I have it on my phone though. The flower pot, see, that's another one. Oh, I still have to do the desk one anyway because I'm behind. So I still have to do the desk. That desk one. But see, that's getting me now because I can't remember what the name of the thing is. Looking at my phone. Pictures. Where are you? Oh, I gotta look under scan, not pictures. Which is a whole nother thing. Dun, dun, dun. No, I want to see my documents. No, I want to see my documents. Oh, brother. I don't know. For some reason, when my phone updated, they changed some things that kind of made me angry. Because now I can't. Oh. I'm old. Don't be messing up how things work. It's enough for me. It's enough for me to figure out how to use things, and then you're going to change it up. Don't be changing it up. I ain't got time for the change up. Ain't got time for the change. That sounds like the name of a song. Ain't got time for the change up. I ain't. Why are those the only documents that show? Lord, I don't know how this phone stores stuff or nothing. It's like a document is called a document. Why are you giving me 20 different places and none of them are the ones that I know says document? Like, what's that about? Hey, Maritza. My husband was laughing because things were flooding today and I made fish for dinner. Well, I don't know. It's just like, when in Rome. Hey. One thing I was thinking of today is we have these rabbits that, we have a rabbit. Well, it must be more than one because that rabbit has baby rabbits. My husband saw baby rabbits underneath the shed. I was thinking about them with all the water, but I think that because the shed is kind of up raised and there was no water going towards that, even though there was water that was, a few feet, away around it. So I think the rabbits were okay. They probably went and tucked away and or underneath the shed on the, so they're probably okay. But that rabbit is so free back in our yard that I've seen her sprawled out sprawled out, a rabbit sprawled out on the patio, lying by the plants on the patio, and then like kind of turn her head around to nibble a little bit of clover. And this is another reason why I'm not really in a hurry to get another pet, because as long as we have cats or dogs, there will be no rabbits. And I had one of our cats who, oh, I sweetest thing. He's the one that has the picture up at the vet because they love him so much, and he spent time there, and he would like actually like be there just for the day, just because they wanted to keep him around. Something else. Um, but he was also the hunter. You could pick up this cat and hold him upside down. He wouldn't care. He'd just be looking around like a dummy. He just had this look on his face. But he was also a hunter, which kind of amazed me. That combination, I don't know. Every animal's different. And there would be no rabbits with him around. Him and the dog, I would tell them, don't ask, don't tell. I don't want to see what you've done. Please do not bring any of what you've done around me. I don't want to see it. Because, well, one time when I did see it, I was bawling. Like, I could not stop crying. I can't see that. I love nature, but I don't want to see that part of it. No, I don't want to see it. I know what happens. I don't want to see it. And to understand that your pets still have that wildness in them, that's their instinct. They still have that in them. Give them a chance, and that's what they're going to do. And I mean, you can't blame them for it. That's what's in them. But yes, I'm kind of glad to not have so many um dogs and cats, to not have any right now, because it's giving nature time to in our area, in our on our property. It's giving nature time to heal, you know. So, oh, I think if I have another color. So it's kind of nice watching the rabbits, and that one rabbit. It was nice seeing her just to feel so free being in our yard was cool. Oh, do I want to use this? I don't think I've ever. I haven't. I haven't used this. This is like silver. This is gray. These are Marabou art crayons. By the way, I've had them like a couple years now, and I really like them. They are not water soluble. Um, they're wax based. Wax based. I have a set of metallic ones that are. I think they are water based. I haven't used those yet. I don't know. Maybe I could try them in here, but I don't think I want to. But I do want this to blend better over here. I don't like how that is so. Uh, dun, 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 dun. I feel like I want a little. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's too much. Too much. So, flower pot day for 100 days of sketching. Let's see. I don't mind that one, but I'm gonna have to up my game on that one because I've already done some sketching of that. So I'm probably gonna have to do more like drawing on that one, because to just sketch more of that would be kind of like me being lazy, and I want to try not to be lazy with it. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for on my thing, but yeah, I'm not gonna stress myself out looking for that. kind of want... I do have a white, but I don't think it was in that thing because I took it out. It's sitting somewhere. Where it shouldn't be, but it's there. Oh. I don't know. Thank you. Child, this has like, I don't know, it has just about every medium I can think of on it. I just like used everything. It's like, we're gonna use everything I got. That wasn't intentional, but what's the other? I think I used acrylic markers on this, so there's no bleed through on anything. So I didn't use any alcohol markers, just acrylic. Trying to guess, this was my trying to figure out how to use acrylic markers page. And there were some places like where you see the white where I had to I fixed it by using white because I messed. It just didn't have control of it. So Marissa, I hope you are enjoying coloring in your Angelica book. I think this woman's first name, Angelica. With the sea creatures. Thank you. Compliments on the page. And whoop, dropped it. It's kind of interesting, the pink popping out in certain spaces. That kind of makes sense somehow. You would do that down in that corner. Maybe have it be because of the butterflies. The butterflies are making the pink pop out. So I had those the Faber-Castell gel thingies I need to try out. I need to use. And I have those there's a few things I have that I need to venture out and see what they do. And I gotta pick a book to be the one that's the guinea pig for them. So that's something else I think I need to think about before I start into work full on. So that I have a plan. I just love how these feel. They're so buttery. One thing I think I do wish that they were thinner. That's one thing I kind of would like, because as you can see, it's kind of hard to manipulate around small things with it, but I really love how buttery they are. That just feels really good. I'm just having fun doing this, to be honest. I love these things. I like I like making the circles. Can you tell? I'm just like I keep making circles because it's fun making the circles. I can't help it. And you know, Kaz Solo, I have not played Sims at all this summer. And I have to kind of think, like, am I going to do that before work officially starts or not? I don't know. I don't know why I haven't played. I feel like once I go there, I stay there and I don't do anything else. And then I feel like, well, what do I have? I don't know. I feel like I don't have anything to show for it after I've done that, except for them trying to get me to buy another expansion pack or something. And I don't want that. They make me mad with them expansion pack things. I refuse to buy a Sims 4 expansion pack. Because now, whatever they did, now none my Sims 3 expansion packs don't work anymore. And they used to. It's like, what did they do? And I don't like that. I pay money for them things. They make me mad. So you're not getting any more of my money. Fix this shit. That's sorry. Excuse my language, but that's how I feel. Fix it. It's like I even was thinking, because I keep looking over. If I look to my right, I can see my very first Sims game. That's on the CD, in the case, Sims Complete. I can't even play that anymore because of the changes in systems and whatever. And I've read things that say like how you can do it, and you got to jump through all these hoops and buy all these hack things and all that kind of stuff. And my computer already has enough going on it. I don't want to add anything else to it. I almost thought about buying another computer just so that I can play all my old games on, if anything such thing exists, to get that, or to try and get one of my old laptops to work well enough where I can play my old games on it and like project it on my new, on my desktop computer, because I don't have to pay anybody any money for those, and I can just play them. I just feel like the the way that they um, monetize these games, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. Um, I don't know that the players get enough bang for their buck, so to speak. Um, and this is probably part of this comes from the fact that I come from a generation where you could record music off the radio, you could record movies or television shows, onto VCR tapes and always have it, not necessarily in the best quality, but a quality that you could live with, where you could have it and enjoy it on your own. And now they're making you, I don't know, pay for games that, like, once the platform is gone, you can no longer play it. Like, what is that? You've paid for it. That's not right. Yeah, do I sound mad about it? I am. I don't like it, and I feel like the generation that has not grown up with how we were able to access things and keep things for ourselves and have things for ourselves. I just lost where I was going with that, what I was trying to make sense of in that sentence. But I feel like the generation that has not had the benefit of saving things and having things for yourself, like mine did, are they don't know any better, and I feel like developers are counting on that, and I don't like that. I don't like to see that generation being used and being grifted by these people. Do I sound mad? Yeah, I'm mad. They need to do better. They need to do better. Something needs to change with that, because I don't think it makes. I don't think. Um, I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I need to write about it because that makes me mad. It really does make me mad. Um, because I know of the emotional. It's just the emotional investment that you have in a game. There's a lot in there, and it's the sentimental, emotional. I mean, the songs that are in The Sims, like you hum them during the day. They become a part of your whole. You know, it's like the whole lore of the game is a thing. The whole lore of any game is a thing, and it becomes a part of you, and it becomes a part of your language with your peers and all that kind of stuff. And I don't like the fact that somebody is using that and that sense of community over it to take your money. I don't like that. So I hope somebody who hears this and it makes you mad too, mad enough to do something about it. And I don't know what can be done about it, but yeah, I don't like it. Exactly. We're not playing with monopoly money. This is real money we're using to buy these things. And then if you lose whatever, and then we no longer can play the game, you already got our money. You have our money. Whatever you did with it is what you did with it. But however you're no longer in business or whatever is however you're no longer in business. But I still paid for that product, and I didn't pay for that product for it to be a temporary thing for me. Or they need to make it clear that when you buy this, you're paying for something that's temporary that you could lose entirely if they don't, if something happens to them. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they have that in the fine print. And if they do, we need to start calling them to the carpet on it and saying, you know what? We don't like this. You need to change this. You need to somehow make this available to us in some kind of form besides this platform that is ours forever under our control. Oh, child, I just got real mad over. Yeah, I don't like it though. And Bubbles can testify that when I was talking to her with her thing with Pokemon, which I don't want to bring that up because I know I I don't want to bring it up, but I want to bring it up as a situation where like you have all that investment in something and there's no backup, and you're not allowed to have a backup because of people who cheat. Okay, and that's another story. But there has to be there has to be another way. I don't like seeing people invest their money into something that evaporates. I don't like that. Unless I guess we look at all these games as something we're doing just for the moment. I don't know. And maybe that's why I'm not playing Sims 4 right now, is because it's only just for that moment. Because the minute. Actually, I play it now through. Um, I play all my games through Steam instead of EA because that platform is just PHU'd. I'm gonna say it that way. I don't know what the deal is with that. Mm-mm. And they were also the ones who EA, they owned, what is it, White Lion Studios, which is they're the makers of my favorite game of all time, Black and White, which I can no longer play on anything. And I love that game. I love that game. Hey, Talented, how are you? You staying out of trouble? Sounded like you were in some trouble yesterday. I was like, uh-oh, what you do? I didn't stick around to find out. I was scared. But yeah, I love that game Black and White so much, and I can't play it nowhere. Again, I'd have to find a computer somehow and work on a computer or build a computer that would be able to play it. Like, I really can't be spending my time like that. And I can't spend my time on a maybe. But I love that game so much that, like, at some point, if I got enough time, I would do it. That's how much I love that game. Ooh, that looks like, oh, that looks diseased or something. I don't know. I need to change that one. That looks kind of weird. What happened? What happened to that one? So we're just going to get this background filled in so we can call this one totally done. That rhymed, but that was unintentional. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you know what? That's what I was just thinking. How can I talk so well? Not that it's perfect, but I don't have the rubber bands in my mouth. Oops. Oops. That's why. I need to get the rubber bands back in. But I'm not in a hurry, though. And I'm gonna have to have a conversation with the orthodontist about. I'm just gonna tell him, it's like, look, I'm trying, but like, this 24/7 thing. I can tell you that I'm doing the 7 days a week, but I can't tell you I'm doing the 24 hours and 7 days a week. That's kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of slipping there, not on purpose. It's just like, oh wait. But I think that those rubber bands are doing what they're supposed to do, because as I look at my teeth and I count them, like from how they told me to put the rubber bands in, that 3 on the top is supposed to then anchor the rubber band from 3 on the top to 3 and 4 on the bottom. And where 3 and 4 on the bottom were and where they are now, or whether it's on the top, I don't know which part is moving which, the top or the bottom, but they do seem to be lining up better, which is actually the objective of the rubber bands. So, see, I need to stop trying to analyze everything, but I can't help it. I do that and I'm looking. I may not understand their orthodontic language, or but hearing and knowing what the objective is, I'm looking. I don't understand physics or nothing. I know it must be involved in this somehow. And they are moving. So we'll see what they say on Monday for how well it's working, because in October we will reach a year that I have had these braces on. And the goal was 18 months for me to have them on. So after October, that leaves 6 months. And that really isn't that long when you think about it. And that makes me happy. And I am just running my mouth. I don't know why. Maybe it's that sleep until 11 o'clock. Which is really like, I never do that. Let's see. Yeah, the rubber one, I think, that one I could probably wash. I don't know. I'll rub it out. Rub it out in the Kleenex, I think, is enough, actually. Interesting tools. They remind me of like nebulas. Nebulas. That's what they remind me of. Nebula. So it's a thing where it's like, when I wish these were a little smaller so I could get around, ouch, the corners. I kind of like that little thing around there. Woo! We almost got it all. How long have we been on here? Not quite 2 hours. So we might finish this guy. Yeah, my husband said the water was up to his waist when he walked out of the garage. That was the thing that was making me nervous, because I was like, if this is really like a flash flood situation, I don't know. It might not be good to leave the garage, but he did. And I told him, I said, I asked him, like, he was getting some of the what I made for dinner. And I said, you haven't changed your clothes? And I said, you're going to get crotch rot. So hopefully he changes his clothes soon. Can't have him having crotch rot. Ugh, I think if it were me, I'd be wanting to be out of them things ASAP. I don't care if I was going back out in it or not. It's like, just get it off of me. I almost think this works better than my finger. Then too, I'm a city girl. I'm actually a Miss Priss, and it's quite amazing that I've lived in the country for just about 20 years now. I have a whole new relationship to bugs and critters than I used to. Yeah, I think on this paper, these tools work better than my fingers. And I got these from Amazon too, so. And if anybody wants to know where or what they're called, leave a comment in the description box and I can tell you, because I don't remember offhand, but I can look it up in my um in my orders list. You agree on the crotch rod, or you agree on the tool better than the fingers? Or the relationship between the country and the whatever. I can't even remember what I said. I'm talking a whole lot today. Okay, let me look at the balance of these. I want another 3. I want 3 down here, so I'm going to put pink over here. Just for some, I don't know. I always had this thing in my head about odd numbers and composition. That you always want to have odd numbers of certain things rather than even. Because I guess it creates tension or whatever in whatever it is you've created. Might have been something I learned from my drawing and painting professor. I had him for both. And he actually helped me with literary theory, if you can imagine that. It was so good that I had him when I had to take that class, because, man, he kind of revolutionized my world in a whole lot of ways. Smoochie. Oh, the rat. Yep. Oh, it just doesn't sound right to be in wet clothes for a long time like that. especially flood wet clothes. No, 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 no. You don't know what got picked up in that water. We might have some strange water biomes and microscopic critters coming from that creek that over flooded. So like, you don't know what might want to stick around in that body. Okay, now I'm gonna gross myself out. Let me stop talking. Ooh, ooh! I just thought of something too. I wonder what they did with the water snakes. We have water snakes up here that get kind of big and they're mean. But I usually don't see them because, I ain't around where they are. Like, I'm not around that part of the yard because, like, first of all, I go around that part of the yard. They're like, ooh, new blood. And the mosquitoes just, like, eat me up. But, yeah, I wonder if that got them to flowing around on land. I might not walk outside for a while. I ain't that countrified yet that I can handle. I don't know. I'll do what I have to do if I see one, but I'd rather not. They're mean. They'd probably be both fascinated and then like, oh, mm, its mouth is open. What am I going to kill it with? Okay, I haven't used this side of it that much before, but I'm really liking it right now. Seems to be doing it for me. And I think it must work well on this paper. I have a bigger one. I think it came in like, I don't know, was it two small ones and then two big ones? Um, this is the other side of it. You can see both sides of it. Nice tools. Oops. Kind of looking at this like I can't believe I'm finishing and just about finished with this because it at first it seemed like, oh, this is going to be no big deal. This is a simple one. And then I was like, this has more moving pieces than I thought. And then it was like, oh boy, now what? Then it's like, I don't know what's going to happen with this. We're just going to like see, wait and see, work on it and see, because like who knows. So I don't know if you're still here, Talent, but I wanted to mention to you this person I was talking about earlier, Ciros TV, and wondering if I'd be interested to get your take on it, on this guy. I'm going to type his name again. Is that, I can't even see because my book is in the way. Oh, it's not. Trying to pull out my keyboard. That guy. I'd be interested in your take on him. I really like that guy, that kid. He's a kid to me, but he's really interesting, and I'd like to hear your take on him. I kind of feel like if I don't know whatever generation he's from or generation will be after him. If they're gonna be like him, I think I kind of like that. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because he seems kind of as loopy and kind of philosophical as myself or something. But oh my gosh, did I like finish it with that? But there's just something about him. Nooks and crannies. Yay! We're pretty much done. Just looking for some nooks and crannies. And I don't know if I can. What I can do with that. I don't know if pencil will go over. How can. Ooh, what did you just do? There's something falling down there. May not be able to really do much with that. I can't rub it because it's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. It might just have to be there like that and rub off. Okay, we done. We done. We can call this finished. Yay! So now I could make a copy of this side and do it, but it's too tiny. I don't like that side. This one is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like enlarged wallpaper. I don't know. We'll get to that at some point. Thank you, Bubbles. Can't believe we finished it. I'm excited. I might spray it. I wonder if spraying would keep that intact. That might be a reason for spraying this. So if I didn't get anything else done this summer, I can say I finished this. What'd you do all summer? This. Gonna get some strange looks. So I think I want to work on this page just as for fun, like all of it's for fun, but without any, not attached to any challenge or anything like that. I put pan pastel at the bottom and it's kind of like bleeded over onto here, but this side isn't, it doesn't do that much for me anyway. So, and I could always copy this page on my printer and then I don't think it would include any of that stuff in there. So, but I like the shape of these flowers. I like the line with them. So, and I might be able to play with some new coloring tools with this, like with I have those what's it called? Tim Holtz, the distressed, I don't know, something pencils or whatever that I could maybe try in here. Some of the tools that I haven't used yet that I acquired. That's a thought. This one I still need to finish. There's so many tiny things in here. I broke out the gel pens and started filling them in, and I actually like how they look. So, yeah, so I gotta do more in here, and I'm not ready to. I don't know. Kind of scares me when it gets this much in here. I feel like, you gotta make. I have to make sure I don't go off the path that the thing is taken. Like I can't go putting like blue in here or green or anything like that. I feel like that would like turn a corner that like takes it somewhere. I don't know, that could be dangerous. So yeah, so I gotta take my time and feel the moment when I do this one. Thanks, Foxy. thinking about maybe doing this one for the next Mandala Monday. And I'm still looking around for one for that because some of these they're really not simple. I don't know. I feel like I need to pull out maybe some of those 3-2-1 books to get some simple things to color because like even this, it's deceptively simple. Just because it has broad lines, it kind of gives off, oh, I'm easy. But then you start coloring it, I can already see this is like a black hole. There's a black hole right there. That that it's gonna be like longer than I think it's gonna be. So I gotta figure out if I'm willing to commit. Really, there's some nice drawings in this book, though. Again, this is the book, Flower Mandalas, Creative Pages. Got it from Ollie's for $3.99 plus 15% off. This might be one to use like paint in with those very tiny things in there. Or gel pens. This one makes me crazy just looking at it, but I think it would be pretty when I start coloring in it. But then again, it's one of those mandalas where everything isn't on the page, which can be kind of annoying. It's like, can you make it so you can fit it on the page? But then some things would be too tiny. But I do kind of like this page, so after I dog it out, then I say, but I do kind of like it. I know, I'm weird. I like these flowers. These flowers with these little things inside. Kind of psychedelic. How many pages does this have? Does it say? Is it 50? Keep it busy for a while. Well, I marked this page. I don't remember why, except I don't know why. Maybe I thought I wanted to work on this one next. I'm not feeling that right now. I don't know why I marked that page. I'm taking this out. I'm not feeling that right now. Yeah, the price. Yep. $3.99, and then they were having a 15% off day for, people that had the card or membership or whatever. So I was like, all right. Oh, look at all the flowers. Don't look, Bubbles. There's flowers. I kind of like this page, though. And when you look at these, like pages like this, all this are repetitive shapes. Repetitive shapes. That's all it is. And I feel like I need to get used to just doing that, drawing repetitive shapes like that. Ooh, this page is nice too. On the opposite side. I like that one. I may have to print this one before I work on this one. Or print them both. This is cute too. So it's like you get 2 for 1 with these pages because they have something on the opposite side. That's kind of neat. There's that opposite side. Aww. Sunflower, that's a cute page. This looks like a gel pen page. Especially for those who have real patience to work with gel pens, this could be really nice. Butterflies on the other side. That's kind of simple. Different. I don't know. For some reason, I'm going to put a thing in here. I don't know why, but just because it's different. And I wonder how this would look completed. It's on the other side. Okay, another page of this. So I already have a page of this on one, so I could use alcohol markers on this, and it would be like, I wouldn't be losing a page I don't already have. Again, just repetitive images. That's all this is. And then thinking about the arrangement of those repetitive images. I almost feel like, and maybe that's the, I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. I thought it was on the outside of it, how many pages this has, and I don't see it. So I'm gonna. Oh, it doesn't even have it on the inside. What the heck? It might be on the back because I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yep. 100. It says over 120 hand illustrated images for your coloring pleasure. Now, when they say that, I'm not sure if they're including the ones on the back side as well, because there are repetitive ones of these, the ones on the back side of the pages. So, oh, this that. Oh, can you show? Oh, I need this thing to be higher or something. I can't show that. I wanted to show how thick it is, but I don't think I can do that. Hold on. Let me do this. Does that help? I don't think that helps, but whatever. I tried. I tried. I tried. Um, I don't know. I may actually go through and count them just because I'm curious now how many times they might be including these opposite pages, which I know there's repetitive ones. Like this one is in there. I've seen that at least. I feel like I've seen this at least 2 other times. This one. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I got this book because there really are a lot of there's a lot of pages in here. And their styles are different, and you might be in the mood to color not flower pot. Oh, pot is actually pot flower. Oh, well that could be anything. Pot flower, not flower pot. And see, that kind of upends things, so you think differently about whatever it is you have to draw. You could think flower pot, but then if you flip it, then you could think other things as well. Or if you consider drawing a pot next to a flower, what kind of pot is that flower? And what's in the pot? I mean, it could be a cooking pot next to the flower. And then what else is in that image? I don't know. If you're like me, you really take that like way further than it should go. Like, which is kind of why those things work for me. It's like, oh, I can go off. I can go off. Oh wow. I like the lines in this one. And the space to color in. I really like the space to color in. Because this one then it gives you room to do like the outlining, the shading, the this, the that, the other. Yeah. You go crazy with this. I could go crazy with this. The pineapples. Kind of like the pineapples when you crochet. More of them flowers. I like those flowers. Those, I don't know. Something about them. Oh, it's different. How cute. Little smiley faces. And cherries or apples. Apples or cherries. I don't know which they are. I guess apples. That's kind of cute. So they kind of have, then they also have different kind of moods to them, you know. Some are more sophisticated, some are cutesy, some are kind of psychedelic. And I like this one because it's different. Got stripes in there. I like the shapes in it. These little things, they got different shape. That's different. I feel like this kind of gives, I don't know, this book kind of also gives you different practice for drawing. Like if you try to copy the different individual elements in here, that you could come up with some things for making your own pages. It's a wild combination. When I picked to do these with and color something in the background. I almost think I would start this page by coloring the background. I don't know why. I guess because there's so much space in there. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I would want to start this one by coloring the background. I don't know. Now that's a broad line. That's thick, thick. Tick, tick. That's not thick. That's tick. The line dumb tick. This one looks like it might be simple. Maybe. Might be an easy one. I'm always trying to think of one like that I could color like fast, like in one sitting, or no more than two. Because it seems like all my mandala videos have to be like, you know, split up and long, and like I got to do it in 2 sessions because they're so complex. And I've been trying to find some that are, although there's some in that other book that I have, The Art of Mandala, that probably are more like one sitting. Has some that are more like one sitting mandalas, but I have that book in the box, I think, with my Kirby's, and I didn't get it out of there, I guess. And I feel like the way to deal with these that are big is just to deal with it as the pleasure of relaxing. Carrie, did you hear me say tick? It's a line them tick. My bad, patois. Bad. Wagwan. Oh my gosh. That's kind of frightening. It's like, what the heck's wrong with them flowers? These flowers are on crack. They almost look like a saw. It's weird. But those of us who color, we can make it beautiful. Yes, we can. Does this even qualify as a mandala? It looks like insanity. It looks like sorry. This looks kind of crazy. But oh well. You gonna go live later, Carrie? Or have you been live already and I missed it? I missed yesterday. I keep missing a lot. In some ways that's good, but for my faves it's not good. I don't like that. Is this a heart or a butt? Why did they put all the extra lines in there? What's wrong with that heart? I'm getting silly now. My heart's puckered up. Oh, cool. I'll try and be there. That's interesting. Oh, I think that's what happened. I moved my... But I want to get the whole page. Okay, there we go. And that looks similar to the other one. They just got different outsides. So check your Ollies. They might have this book. $3.99. $3.99. Oh, there's another cute one. I like that little flower. The face. There's a lot of pages in this. Oh wow, now see, this is totally different style. We just like turn the page, no pun intended. And I don't know if this is really a mandala, but it's an interesting page. Oh, you know, this looks like a flower that's called passiflora. It's a flower that I've always wanted to grow, and I tried starting some from seed, but they didn't germinate, and I guess they're kind of hard to germinate. Um, and like the middle part, the little things in there, they all pop, they stick up, and they're kind of thick. Foxy. It's a I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like usually like word games or things like that. That's what Carrie does, and sometimes she does games like with sometimes what do you call it, karaoke and stuff like that. You can be nosy, girl. You can be nosy. Just some of them people, them you don't want to be around. Some of them. I feel like because of the shape of this flower, there should be dragonflies on the outside. These things don't look enough like dragonflies. That's what I would change with this page. I'm not supposed to be trying to change the pages, so. What is doing, what is this doing? I feel like the shape of this, or the position is off. Okay, how many pages left? We got a few pages left to go. I figure I flipped through this far. I might as well keep going and put it in the comment thing, because there's a lot in this book. Okay, I like the big spaces here to color in. So I like this one. Yeah, I keep missing tons of people. But this has kind of been a crazy week. Okay, this one can go in the trash. I ain't about this one. I don't want words. I don't want no words in my pictures. No words. What's on the other side of this one? The opposite side isn't a good one either. Oh. That's the only one in the book I don't like, is this one. I even like that weird one with the weird flowers. But this one, you know what? I could always like white out the words the way they are. I can white them out. So it's doable. Yeah, another thing, Foxy, I don't think notifications always work either. I don't know. Mine always seem to be messed up. I like this one for some reason. Hmm. Nice lines to color in. Oop. This is where you bring your Bubble Studio skills. Skills I do not have yet. To make things look like they're shiny. But this would be a great page for practicing that. And I'm scared of this page already. But I know I'll come back to this when I got some skills on that. Or make a copy of the page and practice. And then, do the real one later. Ooh, love this page. Doesn't seem like a mandala, but I just like that it looks kind of psychedelic, 60s psychedelic kind of thing. Flower power. That's what it makes me think of. Because, like, is that a flower? I guess maybe it's supposed to be. It's got these things behind there, but it doesn't really look like a flower. I don't know. Just reminds me kind of psychedelic. When I was little, I used to sit. My mother used to have the radio on while she was sewing. She used to sew like a lot of our clothes, her clothes, and stuff like that. And so I'd sit underneath the sewing machine, and while she was sewing, playing with my dolls, and like using her scraps to like cut holes and things or whatever, make clothes for my dolls. And she'd have the radio on, and like there was a lot of like 1960s music with Stones and Turtles and all them kind of people. And I didn't realize it. Every once in a while they play something or whatever, and I didn't realize it then, but it was like kind of like psychedelic music, and like my love for that kind of music, no matter what other genre it was in. I think that's where it started, which is why I love what's called shoegazer music. I love like any of the I don't know, any music that has any kind of psychedelic thing to it, like the music from the 70s, from a lot of like War. The band War is not a good example, I don't think, but I can't think of the name of a band, but all those kind of groups, I like the psychedelic music no matter who did it, who does it, where it comes from. Oh, that's weird. It's not even on the. This is over here. It's huge. We're almost at the end. And when we get at the end, I'm gonna shuffle off. Those are cool. These things here. There's a lot of pages in this book for $3.99. That's for sure. And they may not be the kind of thing you want to color every day, but they're the kind of thing where you can just pull out and work on it for a little bit just to relax. Oh, I like this one too. That almost looks like it wants to be a what you would call it, ladybug, but it's not. Ooh, I gotta get up and walk too, so that's another reason I gotta go. Gotta move. Wednesday, Thursday, and Sundays. Yeah, are you gonna do another? Did you didn't do a um? Oh my gosh! All I can think of is Link and Ocarina. Good Lord, help me, that dude. You didn't do one Sunday, did you? What's wrong with my brain? I can't even think of the name of the game series. But yeah, me, I'm very random, so I don't have a day. It's just kind of like whenever. Maybe once work starts officially, I'll pin down an official day. So that's one reason why I like Zelda. Thank you. Like I could not think Ocarina, Lance, or Link. Like, why do I want to call him Lance? I don't know. Link. Anyway, yeah. Once work officially starts, maybe I'll pin down an official day that I do stuff. But that's one reason I think why I like Mandala Monday is because it guarantees that on this day I have to have something there. So Legend of Zelda. Is this the last page? This is the last page. Nope, second to last page. And that is it. A lot of pages in here to color. So yeah, it says their price $12.99, our price $3.99. So that's it for me. I've been on here almost 2.5 hours. That's a lot. So I had fun. It was nice having all of you in the chat. You're all good people, so it's nice to see all you good people in here together. It's kind of cool. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, because I'm probably going to try and go to bed early anyway and have a more normal time that I wake up instead of the abnormal time I woke up today. So, hope to see you on these streets, Carrie, and hope to see all of you on these YouTube streets in the various places I see you. And thanks for spending time with me. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Have an easy night at work, Bubbles. And draw your pot flowers.